In 1996, England enjoyed one of their most successful tournaments in modern history. As the host nation, they made it all the way to the semi-finals before their inevitable penalty defeat against Germany. But which of their players from Euro 96 featured on Football Manager 2005? Let's find out. Probably best remembered during his playing career for spells with Manchester United, Liverpool and Inter Milan, back in 2004 we find Paul Ince with Wolverhampton. Despite his advancing years, he was an integral member of the squad who earned their first promotion to the top flight in 19 years. In 2006, he'd leave the club for Swindon Town. In Euro 96, Gareth Southgate played every minute en route to the semi-finals, before his unfortunate penalty miss. In FM 2005, he's with Middlesbrough, the final club of his career. The top goalscorer of the tournament was none other than Alan Shearer. The best of these goals was probably against Holland in a 4-1 victory. Despite being 33 years of age here, he's just coming off one of his most successful seasons, with 28 goals in all competitions. Another native to the northeast, Steve Howey. In the first game of the tournament, he was an unused substitute against Switzerland, before a fitness issue meant he didn't make another squad selection. It's quite impressive that by Euro 96, Teddy Sherringham had already racked up 13 seasons in his professional career. In 04-05, he's still going strong. Like Ince, we find him in the Championship. His 20 goals that season helped West Ham reinstate their top flight status. Another player who found some of his best form with Tottenham, Darren Anderton. After 12 seasons with the club and nearly 50 goals, he left for Birmingham City in 2004. Like Anderton, Jamie Redknapp had an unfortunate time with injuries too. In 2004, he played his final professional season with Southampton, before his untimely retirement, aged just 31. It's interesting to think, if he'd been fit for the 98 World Cup and following Euros, he could have been a useful improvement on our team. Despite starting every game for England at that tournament, Gary Neville would actually miss the semi-finals suspended. 8 years later, he's still with Man United, and is amongst the best fullbacks in the world. The 95-96 season was one of Robbie Fowler's most prolific yet. He hit 36 goals in 53 games, and would go on to make 2 appearances in the Euros before England's elimination. 8 years later, he'd scored 12 goals in 23 matches for rivals Manchester City. Another who made a rather questionable transfer choice, Sol Campbell. Back in 1996, he was a stalwart in the Tottenham back line, and actually captained them to one of their most recent trophy wins, a League Cup in 1999. 8 years later, he's in the red half of North London, where to be fair, he added a lot to his medal collection. In 2004, Nick Barmby is actually playing at the lowest level of any player featured in this video. He's with Hull City in League One. He'd gone on to have a very successful campaign, earning promotion to the Championship. In 1996, Steve McManaman was at the height of his footballing powers. He'd make 53 appearances for Liverpool, scoring 10 goals. He took this form to the Euro Championships, and almost provided a last-minute assist to Darren Anderton, which would have sent England to the final. But of course, the ball had to hit the post. The man who scored the 10,000th goal of the Premier League era, Ferdinand. One more who at Euro 96 was in the form of his life, having just hit 25 Premier League goals in a season for Newcastle United. 8 years later, he's helping Reading to a respectable 7th place finish in the Championship. Like his brother, Phil is with Manchester United. This was his final season with the club before departing for Everton. Steve Stone would only make 9 appearances for England during his entire career. 3 of those came in this tournament. His introduction in the quarter-final against Spain was his last in an England shirt. Another member of England's squad with a strong connection to Tottenham Hotspur, Ian Walker. He'd make over 300 appearances at the club before departing for Leicester in 2001. Interestingly, he's now a goalkeeper coach for Shanghai Port in their Super League. Last but not least, Terry Venables. He's part of a pretty exclusive group of coaches to bring some degree of success to England. He was a significant reason why we performed as well as we did. In a managerial career which lasted over a quarter of a century, he brought success to a range of teams including Tottenham, Crystal Palace and Barcelona. It's a shame he wasn't given the opportunity to coach the side at the 98 World Cup, as maybe under his stewardship we could have done a bit better. In Euro 96, England offered one of their best performances over the last 50 years. With the latest edition fast approaching, and a new pool of talent hungry for success, only time will tell if they can finally get their hands on that elusive trophy. Thank you for watching this video.